Hi, I'm Turbold Sukhbaatar, Institute of Geology, Mongolian Academy of Sciences.
My name's Emmy Smith. I'm a professor at Johns Hopkins in Maryland in the United States.
My name is Eliel Simpson. I'm a postdoctoral scholar at ETH Zurich in Switzerland.
My name is Shuhai Xiao, and I'm a geologist from Virginia Tech in the USA.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Ariunzaya Tsogoo, Institute of Geology, Mongolian Academy of Sciences.
Hi, I'm Orin Michael, PhD student at Virginia Tech in the United States.
Сайн байцгаана уу Dulguuntamir Erdenebilgan. Би Монгол Улсын шинжилгээ ухааны академийн геологийн хүрээлэнгийн шинжилгээний ажилтан байна.
Hi, my name is Caroline Rea. I'm a PhD student at Johns Hopkins in the United States.
Hi, I'm Kei Leigh and I'm a rising sophomore at Johns Hopkins.
My name's Danielle Mary and I'm a PhD student at Virginia Tech in the United States.
Last summer, we teamed up geoscientists from Johns Hopkins University to do some field work. It went very well. For this joint field trip from the Johns Hopkins University, Professor Emmy and Eliel, Shuhai, and some other students joined in, while our side had the young geologists from our institute, as well as the students from Mongolian University and Science and Technology. During the field trip, we looked into the boundary between Ediacaran and Cambrian sediments, which can be found western side of the Khuvsgul Lake. While we out in the field, we came across and studied some diamictites, and it turned out the great experience to everyone who are involved in the team, especially the people from our institute and students from Mongolian University and Science and Technology. As most of the geologists know that diamictites are very important figuring out its age, because it's a type of rock that formed during the glaciation known as the snowball Earth hypothesis, which means that our Earth was completely covered by ice. To finding out how old it is, to understand the period of the glaciation that happened to our Earth. This is pretty interesting because this glaciation was happening in Mongolia. Several years ago, the geoscientists from the Harvard University looked into the two distinct diamictites that found in the area. They believe that these diamictites are formed by this glaciation, and it took place something like early to late Caledonian age, which is in the Upper Mesozoic. Lastly, thank you to Professor Emmy and her wonderful leadership, and I hope that her team had a great time in Mongolia. I'm looking forward to work together and have awesome results, which can help to Mongolian geoscience as well as the reconstruction of our Earth system.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm a sedimentologist and stratigrapher, also interested in Earth history and tectonics. A lot of the work that I've done in Mongolia has been in the Zavhan Basin in the southwest, and I'm really excited to be up at Khuvsgul and starting to work in a new part of Mongolia. all my experiences in Mongolia have been excellent. It's just such an amazing country with generous people and delicious food and amazing scenery. So thank you for having me, and I'm excited to collaborate with the Institute.
But during my PhD, I was fortunate enough to work for several field seasons here in Khuvsgul, and it is fantastic to be back with a group of a whole bunch of international field scientists from Mongolia, from the US, from China, from the UK and Canada. Really happy to be back with this group and looking forward to the next few weeks of rehashing some of the sections that are from the area that I spent some time mapping, and that is, I think, really important for correlating northern Mongolian geology and the Ediacaran and Cambrian to other spots both in Mongolia and the world.
What I'm going to address here is the rise of animals over 540 many years ago and the environmental context of the early evolution of animals. So it's really exciting to look at this area because it offers one of the best pieces of evidence to show how animal arose more than 540 many years ago, and the environmental context. So we're going to take a look at some of the rocks in the mountain range and to look for microfossils. They're really tiny little bit of fossils we're interested in, and also take some samples for geochemical analysis in order to understand the environmental context.
It's my first time out here in Mongolia. I'm working on the Keyson Formation, thinking about the age of the rocks. They house some important microfossils that some other people here are interested in, but age constraints are quite poor. And so I'm determined to provide better age constraints.
My research focuses on the Cryogenian and the Ediacaran period. And so here out in Khuvsgul Lake, you guys have two sets of diamictites, which are essentially rocks deposited under glacial conditions. And so I'm really interested in looking at the sediment in between those glacial periods to see what kind of animals or eukaryotic cells lived in the ocean at that time, and then if there's anything that lived after the end of the last glacial period.
Last summer, our institute had collaborative field research with Johns Hopkins University. We traveled to the beautiful and geologically rich area of the Khuvsgul Lake at Khuvsgul province. That region holds vital clues to understanding the geology. That fieldwork was impactful for our young scientific researchers. It served as a dynamic platform for exchanging the scientific knowledge and side-by-side working with international experts provided our young scientific researchers invaluable hands-on experience. We are incredibly grateful for this successful partnership with Johns Hopkins University, and we look forward to many more joint discoveries in the future. Thank you.
And I'm here by Lake Khuvsgul because I'm interested in the Ediacaran and Cambrian transition and the rise of animals, and some of the rocks here capture that transition, and we previously found some very interesting microfossils, so we're interested in further characterizing that assemblage and also looking for more material that might shed light on the rise of animals.
2024 оны зун хамтарсан экспедиц Khuvsgul Захын говьалтай бодод 24 хоногийн хугацаанд ажилласан. Энэхүү хэрэг цуглааны ажлын хүрээнд Батөрцөй болон палеозон настай чуулгуудын геологи структурын онцлог, үүсэл хөгжлийн дарааллыг судалж, эрийн хэмжилт хийсний зэрэгцээ олон улсын судлаачдтай хамтран ажиллаж туршлага хоригдлуулсан. Хэрийн ажлын явц голчлон Батөрцөй настай цагаан олон фармац, Cambrian настай баян гол фармацийн тунамал чуулгуудыг судалж, цагаан олон фармац нь гол төлөв хөгс аарал болон шаван чулуу 7 метрээс тогтох бөгөөд зарим хэсэгтээ хүчтэй загварсан арилет кварцитийн нэрвэ тохиолддогоор онцлогтой. Түүнчлэн хэрийн судалгааны явцад үнэлэхгүй нас тогтоох болон эдстоп геомийн нарийнжилсан шинжилгээний зориулан шаардлагатай анхдагч чулуулгын дээжүүдийг цуглуулж дээжлэл хийсэн.
I'm very excited to be here in Mongolia because I've never done fieldwork to this extent before, and it's like a very beautiful place to be doing fieldwork.
За бид нар яг одоо Ediacaran-аас Cambrian настай хурцын яг хил зааг дээр зогсож байна. Миний ойн харагдаж байгаа Cambrian настай Shuhai чулуу. За тэгээд наашлаад Ediacaran настай нарийн шигтэй Ysun чулууны үйлдэл бүхий хурдас өсдөх цогоо даа.